The Fox and the Grapes. Deep in a sunny forest lived a clever fox named Bramble. One morning, Bramble's tummy rumbled loudly. "Oh, I am so hungry," he thought. "I need to find a tasty breakfast." Bramble sniffed the air, hoping to catch the scent of something delicious. He trotted along a winding path, his nose twitching. He looked under bushes and behind trees. But the forest seemed very quiet that day. No plump berries, no juicy worms, and no little mice scurrying about. Bramble sighed. "This is harder than I thought." His hunger grew with every step. His paws felt a little tired, but he kept going. He knew he had to keep searching. Something good must be out there, he told himself. Suddenly, Bramble saw something wonderful. High above, draped over a tall wooden trellis, were the most beautiful grapes he had ever seen. They were plump and purple, glistening in the sunlight. "Grapes!" he exclaimed, his tail wagging. "Oh, how delicious they look! Just what I need to fill my empty tummy." His mouth watered just thinking about their sweet taste. Bramble ran closer to the trellis. The grapes hung in big, juicy bunches. They looked perfectly ripe and ready to eat. He could almost taste them already. He took a deep breath. "Here I go," he thought. Bramble gathered all his strength and leaped high into the air. He stretched his paws as far as they could reach. But alas, the grapes were just a tiny bit too high. His paws brushed against the air, but he couldn't quite grasp a single grape. He landed softly back on the ground. That was close," Bramble mumbled. "I just need to jump a little higher." He backed up a few steps, took a running start, and leaped even higher this time. Up he went, his ears flattened with effort, his eyes fixed on the juicy purple fruit. But still, they danced just out of his reach. He landed with a little thump. Bramble started to feel a little tired. His legs were getting weary from all the jumping. He walked around the trellis, looking for a better spot, or maybe a lower branch. He tried jumping from a small mound of dirt. He tried jumping from a slightly different angle. Each time he stretched and strained, but the grapes remained stubbornly out of his grasp. Bramble huffed and puffed. His tongue hung out a little. He had tried so many times, and his tummy still rumbled. "Why are they so high?" he grumbled to himself. Finally, Bramble sat down under the trellis. He looked up at the beautiful grapes, which now seemed to mock him. He felt a little sad and very, very hungry. As he sat there, a new thought popped into his clever fox mind. He couldn't reach them. He had tried his very best. "Wait a minute," he thought, looking at the grapes again. "Are those grapes really as good as they look? Maybe not." He stood up slowly, brushing a leaf from his fur. He looked at the grapes with a thoughtful frown. "I bet those grapes aren't ripe at all," he decided. "Yes, that's it," he said, nodding his head. "They are probably very sour. Too sour to eat. My tummy wouldn't like them one bit." With a flick of his tail, Bramble turned and began to walk away from the trellis. He held his head high, as if he hadn't wanted the grapes anyway. "Good riddance to those sour grapes," he called over his shoulder. "I'm sure I'll find something much sweeter somewhere else." And with that, Bramble trotted off, still hungry, but pretending he hadn't cared for the grapes at all. He went to look for a different, perhaps easier, breakfast. The end. This story is adapted from Aesop's Fables. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. youtube.com/@cuckooenglish. Thanks.